Let's look at an item here on women in politics. The implementation of the 2/3 gender parity will remain a mirage unless challenges facing women seeking elective positions are addressed. A 2023 report on political analysis of women participation in politics listed high cost of politics, sexual exploitation, believe it or not, and lack of support to young women in politics as high contributors to the low numbers of women elected in office. The report, however, indicates social, cultural practices and the good old patriarchal nature of society that are no longer the main hurdles facing women politicians in a majority of regions in the country.
Stakeholders pushing for the implementation of the 2/3 gender parity have their work cut out if the latest report by the United Nations Women Programme Strategy is anything to go by. The UN Women 2023 report indicates that participation of women in politics and political leadership is still an uphill task in the push to have more women at the decision-making table.
We must understand that this is a political process, right? And politics is about give and take, and it's about interests. And we can also frame things differently to suit our intended outcomes. So I do think that we must support the President's memo insofar as it will give us what we want.
We are hoping that they will be passed, and amongst them is the 2/3 gender rule, that all political parties will be forced and, if possible, given a penalty for those who will not have complied, to ensure that they comply.
The Political Economy Analysis of Women Participation in Politics report, dubbed Pambana, says patriarchy is among the least contributors to factors affecting election of women candidates.
Things are becoming much more complex, and if we identify patriarchy alone, we might be missing the opportunity to dig deep into something that is becoming very complex and untie the things that actually make it rough for women.
The report, however, lists high cost of politics, lack of transparent nominations, political party ownership, sexual exploitation, limited information for women in politics, sexualization and defamation of women as major contributors to few women in the political space.
Any barriers that hinder them from advancing in all spheres of life need to be addressed. These include, among others, the exclusion from decision making, cultural beliefs, and gender-based violence. These have been really key drivers when it comes to barriers and when it comes to women attaining these spaces of political leadership.
The report recommends addressing of stereotypes, formation of progressive alliances for women interested in politics, development of policies to guide the nomination process, and timely disbursement of donor funds as measures to cure the situation. According to the report, the percentage of women elected and nominated from the executive to the ward level is still low, despite having increased from 7 to 10.6% in 2022, a decade since the rollout of devolution in 2010. For Prime Edition, I'm Gladys Mongai.